Welcome to the Buck Stops Here weekend edition this Sunday night. I'm Ankita Mukherjee. On the program tonight, a big step for India's nuclear power program as the controversial Kudankulam plant attains criticality, the first step to generate electricity. We asked tonight, have all safety concerns actually been addressed? Also, as we speak, a 163-year-old institution has come to an end. The last telegram has been sent. We bring you a special feature later on in the show. But first, the big political story tonight. Speaking in public for the first time after the interview in which he equated the victims of the 2002 riots in Gujarat with puppies, Narendra Modi launched a blistering counter-offensive on the Congress, questioning the need to rush through the food bill and accusing the Congress of destroying India's national honour with the scam-tainted Commonwealth Games. In a speech that lasted close to an hour, Mr. Modi indicated the fight for 2014 had well and truly begun.
मैं दिल्ली की सल्तनत को आह्वान करता हूं, आइए मुकाबला हो जाए। एनडीए सरकार के अटल जी के नेतृत्व के 6 साल और यूपीए सरकार के 10 साल हो जाए मुकाबला।
An aggressive Narendra Modi in Pune at his first public meeting in Maharashtra after being elevated to the BJP's campaign head. He ripped apart the policies of the UPA government.
जैसे ही कोई संकट आ जाता है तो वे सेक्युलरिज्म का बुर्खा पहन लेते हैं। उनका पराक्रम है लोगों को गरीब रखना, गरीबी बढ़ाना, और इसलिए उनके साहजादे गरीबों के घर में जाकर के रात गुजारते हैं, मीडिया वालों को बुलाते हैं कि ये मेरे पूर्वजों का पराक्रम देखिए।
At a rally attended by over 20,000 people, speaker after speaker named Narendra Modi as the future Prime Minister. But the Gujarat Chief Minister continues to face opposition from other parties, especially for his puppy on the street analogy about the Gujarat riots.
क्या अभी हाल ही में गुजरात के मुख्यमंत्री ने गुजरात दंगों के मामले में जिस प्रकार का एक जानवर को लेकर उदाहरण दिया है, इसकी हमारी पार्टी घोर निंदा करती है।
None of this dented his popularity among students at a Pune college, where youngsters seemed impressed with his ideas.
The part that I really like about his speech was his specific note, and he specified a lot on the educational institutions, which I think is the base.
It was a privilege to be an audience to such a great speaker. And
it's still not clear when the Lok Sabha elections will be held, if at all they are preponed. But by targeting the government for its failures on all fronts, the BJP for sure seems to have started their election campaign much in advance. In Pune, Imtiaz Jaleel for NDTV.
Our big focus tonight, after huge delays, protests, even a court petition, India's controversial nuclear power plant in Kudankulam is now very close to generating electricity after attaining criticality. That's the first sustained atomic chain reaction that happened around midnight on Saturday. Made at a cost of 17,000 crores, the Russian-made atomic plants will eventually generate 2,000 megawatts of electricity to power homes in Tamil Nadu, Karnataka, Kerala and Puducherry. Science editor Pallav Bagla reports.
Celebrations at India's biggest nuclear plant. Scientists rejoicing at the moment they had been waiting for the past 11 years. The plant is now functional, setting the stage for nuclear power generation in about 2 months.
It was a very, very joyous and happy moment for all of us because we were anxiously waiting for all these years to achieve this great moment.
But the run-up to this big day has been quite bumpy. Kudankulam has a spate of anti-nuclear protests. Locals have been opposing the plant, calling it unsafe, especially after the Fukushima disaster. But earlier this year, the Supreme Court of India gave its nod to the plant. In the coming weeks, electricity generated at the plant could give South India respite from power cuts. India's largest nuclear reactor, the Kudankulam Atomic Power Station behind me, generating very small amount of power. hoping to generate much larger quantities of power, electricity in the coming weeks. An important landmark event in India's nuclear energy program. In Kudankulam, with camera person SP Bapu, Pallav Bagla for NDTV.
Well, Pallav Bagla joining us live from Kudankulam tonight. Pallav, you're calling what happened last night at Kudankulam a landmark, but what next really for atomic energy in India?
Yes, what happened at Kudankulam is only the beginning, the harbinger of a new wave. The nuclear establishment wants to set up 4 more new reactors at Kudankulam, for which negotiations are on with the Russians. The liability is becoming a little bit of an issue there. After that, the Department of Atomic Energy wants to set up the world's largest nuclear power park at Jaitapur in Maharashtra using French technology. Intense negotiations are also on with the American company Westinghouse to put up a battery of new reactors in Gujarat at Mithivirdi. And more importantly, the next big event for the nuclear establishment would be the operationalization of the prototype fast breeder reactor, which is fast coming up at Kalpakam in Tamil Nadu.
Well, we're asking tonight, have all safety concerns been addressed? Joining us on that discussion tonight, Anil Kakotkar, former chairman of the Atomic Energy Commission. He's also head of the National Solar Mission currently. We're also being joined by A. Gopalakrishnan, former chairman of the Atomic Energy Regulatory Board, and senior lawyer Prashant Bhushan, who in fact petitioned the Supreme Court to stop fuel loading at Kudankulam. But Mr. Kakotkar, let me begin with you tonight. Why is this such a big step, and 11 years in the making, when one had perhaps anticipated at the beginning that it would be a matter of 4 to 5 years? It's also a period that's seen enormous cost escalation from 4,000 to 17,000 crores. Do you still see this as a very big step?
Well, it's a big step in the sense we have been facing this resistance, and as a result of which the new build program is getting delayed. I am very happy that Kudankulam Unit 1 has realized criticality, and I do hope that this marks the beginning of a faster program progress in atomic energy, which I think is very important for our energy requirements, meeting our energy requirements.